What's going on, you guys? It's Keith Carnes here, and welcome to another episode of Unexplained Disappearances. This time we're not talking about a single person like we've done in the previous couple episodes. This time we're talking about a little, I guess you could call this a boat. It's not really big enough to be a ship in my opinion. Of course, I'm talking about the MV Joyita. I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, please forgive me. So I'm going to give you guys a brief description about what this boat is about, why it's mysterious, it's a disappearance, and I'm going to give you my initial thoughts on it, but what I think happened to this ship. Boat, whatever. So it says the MV Joyita was a merchant vessel from which 25 passengers and crew mysteriously disappeared in the South Pacific in 1955. That's a lot of people, 25. For them all to be missing? It was found adrift in the South Pacific without its crew on board. The ship was in very poor condition, including corroded pipes and a radio, which, while functional, only had a range of only about 2 miles due to faulty wiring. Despite this, the extremely buoyancy of the ship made sinking nearly impossible. Investigators were puzzled as to why the crew did not remain on board and wait for help. So that's pretty much the gist of it right there. So a lot of people are wondering, of course, this being a mystery and this being a disappearance, the whole crew goes missing. The whole crew disappears, and nobody knows what the fuck happened to them to this day. And this was in 1955. I mean, this is a long time ago. A little more information on it. What it says: the overdue and disappeared. It says at about 5 a.m. on October the 3rd, 1955, the Joyita left Samoa's Opia Harbor bound for the Toklo Islands, about 270 miles away. The boat had been scheduled to leave on the noon tide the previous day, but her departure was delayed because of her port engine clutch failed. The Joyita eventually left Samoa and on one engine. She was carrying 16 crews and 9 passengers, including a government official, a doctor, Alfred Andy Dennis Parsons, and World War II surgeon on his way to perform an amputation. A copra buyer and 2 children. Her cargo consisted of medical supplies, timber, 80 empty 45 gallons, oil drums, and various food stuff. So it says on October 6th, a message from whatever port reported the ship was overdue. So they realized it was overdue on October 6th, and it took them a while to find it. And then when they found it, it was in a very, very weird... it was in a very, very beat up state. Actually, there's the picture. It was a very beat up state, as you can see, and no passenger or crew has ever been found, and it's still to this day a mystery, all the way from 1955. So from the mid-50s until now, this boat has never been solved. Nobody knows who or what was responsible. They don't know what happened to the crew, why the crew seemingly abandoned ship when they didn't need to. They could have survived. As you see in the picture, it's still floating. Excuse me, when they found it. So there was no reason for them to panic and leave. It would have been pretty much a guaranteed death to get into the water, especially all 25 agreeing, yeah, let's just jump out of the boat with no help nearby. I mean, nobody can understand that, and that's why a lot of people believe that there was someone responsible for the disappearance for some reason. Unfortunately, that's not known, and seeing that it's been so long, it'll probably more than likely never be known unless somebody finds some classified files that admits to them being responsible for for taking this boat out. But yeah, that's about it. So my opinion on the boat is, I definitely think somebody was surely responsible, whether it was some kind of a government or some kind of just bad people on the water, you know, that spotted them and found them as an easy target, and they took all 25 passengers and maybe killed them, executed them, or maybe you know, whoever was responsible maybe was going to use them as ransom and maybe decided not to. I mean, I could be totally talking out my ass here. I have no idea. As nor does anybody else, but that's just my theory, is that somebody definitely took these people for a reason. They left the boat for a reason as well. They didn't take the boat, they left the Joyita, and they took the crew. So it's definitely weird to know that this happened, and to know that there's no explanation all these decades later. It's definitely very, very odd, to say the least. But yeah, that would be my theory. I definitely think somebody did something to them. I think somebody took the 25 crew hostage for some reason and maybe just decided to kill them, or who knows, maybe they never killed him and they just kept him captive for some reason. Who knows? Anyway, guys, this is Keith Carnes. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Unexplained Disappearances. If you want to see any, leave your God, God, I always get a brain fart. Leave your suggestions in the comments below, and I will get to them as soon as I can. You guys take care. Thank you for watching. This is Keith Carnes, and I will see you guys in the next Take It Easy.